Now that the holidays are over, I know that there's a lot of people that are trying to get their budget back on track. So today I'm going to show you exactly how to start your cash budgeting journey the simple way, with as little as $35 and one trip to Walmart. You really don't need fancy supplies or budgeting binders to get started. Today we're going to go inside. I'll show you exactly what I would buy if it was me starting from scratch. Oh, by the way, my name is Salisa. I am a cash budgeter for over 5 years here on YouTube. Today, I thought I wanted to bring a cash budget that would be simple, realistic, affordable, and beginner-friendly. When we get done shopping inside Walmart, we'll head back to my house and we'll set up a sample budget as well as do a sample cash stuffing so you can see how it all comes together. I did a video similar like this at Dollar Tree, so I'm wondering, is this one going to be any better? I have no idea what Walmart has to offer, so let's get in there and do a little shopping together. First, we'll head to office supplies. This is where we should be. That's suede. Very pretty, but $20. That would be a good cash holder, but not for $21. Index cards is what I used in the Dollar Tree haul. I want to try something different this time. This is the area that I'm going to be looking to see if I can find a journal. Here's a budget planner for only $3.48. It's pretty tiny, but we might make it work. I like it. Okay, we're going to get this. I also want to get a mini savings challenge of some sort, because I think savings should be fun. And if we could keep it affordable and under my $35 limit, then we're gonna do it. So let me look at the envelope section. Here's all their different envelope selections. This one is actually the same, almost the exact same size as a dollar bill. So I think it'd be a good fit. Let's get it. I also see a little box. I use these in some cash stuffing challenges that I make, but I think this will be a great buy. Okay, we pretty much have everything we need. We just need one more thing and we're gonna get out of here. I'm sure you wouldn't think to come down the party aisle, but you'd be surprised at what you can use. Okay, you guys, we came in a little bit under what's expected for $30.99. So now we're gonna go home and actually do the budget and the cash stuffing portion of the video. I'll see you soon. I'm gonna call you right back. Okay, you guys, I made it back from Walmart and I have the Walmart bag here. We're gonna go over every single thing that I purchased, which wasn't many items, because you don't need a lot in order to start your cash budgeting journey. Let's start off with first this accordion file that I picked up. It has different categories. It also has little papers inside that we can use in order to label, and we'll use that in a little bit. I really like this. I had something similar and it's easy to use. I got a little box, which is similar to my box right here that I use for my Stack Mo Money. And this box can be used for a savings challenge just the same. And we'll explain that in a little bit. I got these cards. These are like little 2.5 by 3 by 5, 3.5 inch, like little greeting cards. What are they? It says perfect for lunchbox, pack notes, pick-me-ups, and other little ways to brighten someone's day. So I got 2 packs of those. I also got a pack of 100 envelopes. These are the smaller size envelopes. They are, I think, what is the measurements of these? Here we go. 3.63 inches by 6.5 inches. So they're about the size of a dollar bill. I got a 100 pack of those. And then last but not least, I had to go downstairs and get it. I actually got a budget planner, and we're going to use this first in the video. So let's go ahead and get everything off to the side, and I'll talk to you about the layout that I'm thinking we can do with these supplies. First and foremost, I want to build a realistic budget for someone bringing home about $1,500 every 2 weeks. These don't have to be your exact numbers. This is just a structure and a plan that you can use to plug in your real numbers and come up with your budget layout as well. I'm going to be using a pretty fancy calculator that I was gifted, but you don't have to have a calculator like this. You can easily use the one that's on your cell phone in order to do the addition and subtraction that's needed. And I have a pen. This pen is one that I love because it's erasable by Grabby, but you can use any type of pen and calculator in order to get this done. Okay, so let's get started. You really don't need a lot of money to get organized. You just need a plan. And so right now we're going to set up the plan first. Let's go ahead and review everything that comes inside this budget planner really quickly before we get started. The yearly overview where you can jot down the month, your income, your expenses, and your savings, any financial goals, and also taxes and what you paid and what you got refunded by each federal, state, property, accountant, and fees. There's also a yearly payment breakdown as a reminder and subscription information, which might be good if you're going through your bank statement to set up your budget. You can actually list the things here that are either annual fees or subscription fees so you won't forget certain costs. There's a calendar spread, which is pretty small, but I'll show you how we can use this in order to plan out our budget for the month. There's also a monthly budget sheet, which has your main source of income. You list all your income sources, any notes that you need, and then it has a start and end balance for your savings, your debt, a food budget, bills, entertainment, and other, where you can put how much you actually budgeted for the month versus what you spent and what's the difference. You don't have to use all of these pages in order to be successful, but I think it does give you some good ideas and helps you to kind of create a plan. In my Dollar Tree video, I actually used just a regular piece of paper, pen, and wrote out a sample budget. So check out that video if that interests you more. But I did want to give some variety, and this planner happens to catch a lot of things that people would not remember to add into their budget. This 2-page spread is about monthly spending, and it has a lot of categories here. The first being miscellaneous, you can put anything, and then housing, and it has all the different pieces of your housing expenses. It has entertainment, movies, vacation, hobbies, going out. It has things for your savings, personal, transportation, health, children, giving, clothes, food, and pets. And a lot of these ideas, some of these are cash envelope categories in my eyes, and some are actually sinking funds. Whenever I'm helping someone to set up a budget, I let them know, and I always speak about paying your bills first. Bills always come first because they keep your life going, right? And then anything that you need to go into cash envelopes are things that you would spend gradually over time, over your pay period. Those are things that would go in cash envelopes. Things like groceries, gas, eating out, household, miscellaneous. Those are some of the categories we're going to budget for today. And then after that, we have what's called sinking funds. And those actually help you to sink savings into many categories so you have those monies for a future time. This budget planner also comes with a spending summary. So these are kind of like expense tracking sheets where you can write down everything that you spent in the previous month, and you can get a better handle on what it is you need to be having as far as a cash envelope category or your sinking funds because of what you've already spent in previous months. And then it goes on to the next 2-page calendar spread with the monthly budget. So we're going to use this planner in order to set up a standard budget for someone making about $1,500 a month. And the numbers might not be exact. Again, don't pay attention so much to the numbers, but pay attention more to the process, because the process is what you're going to implement with your own real numbers in order to get a handle on your funds. Okay, so let's say we were doing the month of February. February happens to be such an easy month. February 2026. Oh, 2026 goes here. Let me erase that. It happens to be such an easy month because for the month of February, there was the 1st through the 7th. 1st through the 7th was week 1, and that just went on down till the 28th of the month. So there was just 4 exact weeks. 9, 10. So that's exactly how the monthly layout would look. Now, let's say that we were going to get $1,500 twice in the month, once on the 13th and once on the 27th. So we would write here payday, and that's going to be $1,500. And again here, payday, $1,500. Okay. Now, I'm going to list out some bills that these are just made up bills. Again, let's list them here in the notes section so we can keep up with exactly what it is we need to be paying. Let's say for bills, we have rent of $1,200. We have electric, and that is $150. We have car insurance, and that's $150 as well. We have a phone bill for $80, and we have internet for $70. You would list out all your bills, and you even could do this on a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be in this budget planner when you're setting up your system. Next, we have cash envelopes. These are things that you're going to be spending gradually over time, taking a little bit of cash here, a little bit of cash there. So the first one will be groceries. And let's say you're going to do $500 for the month. This is for a single person. Gas, let's say you're going to do $200. Eating out, let's say we're going to do $120. Household or personal expenses, $120 as well. Miscellaneous, to spend on whatever we like, $100. All right, so that is our cash envelopes and our bills. The last one would be sinking funds actually stop you from swiping a credit card when life happens. You're preparing for little small savings that you're going to need for future. So first up should be emergency fund. Let's say we're going to save $150 towards that. Car maintenance, because if our car needs an oil change or any type of repairs, we'll have some money saved. If we do this every month, we'll put $75. Birthdays and holidays, those always come up every year. And we're going to need some presents. Let's put $75 towards that per month. And then self-care. And we'll put, let's say, $25. Okay, let's add all that up and make sure that doesn't add up to more than our $3,000 total. So for our bills, we have $1,200 plus $150, $150, $80, $70. That's $1,650. All right, for our cash envelopes, we have $500, $200, $120, $120, and $100. All right, that's $1,040. Our sinking funds, which are future savings, we have $150, $75, $75, and $25. That's $325. All right, so let's see what all that adds up to. $1,650 plus $1,040 plus $325. Okay, that's $3,015. So we're a little bit over and we need to make some changes. Let's take away something small like eating out. Let's make that $105 because that will be $15 less. So let's do that. $105. And that means this will be $10.25. Okay, so now we have $1,650 plus $10.25 plus $305. Oh, $325. Exactly, $3,000. So we have every dollar of our $1,500 paychecks allocated towards something, and now we need to break down when everything needs to be paid. In a case like this, if it was possible, then I would say break down half of the rent for $600 each pay period, and half of the groceries each pay period. Also, we need to do some gas every pay period. We had a total of $200, so we'll do $100 in gas every pay period. While we're here, we might as well go ahead and divide up the eating out, which will be, let's do 50 up here and 55 down here for eat out. Okay, so we've taken care of the groceries, taken care of the gas, we've taken care of the eat out. Household as well, let's break that down to half and half. Miscellaneous, so that we always have a little bit of money. Let's see if we can put 50 and 50. That way we'll always have a little spending money every pay period. All right, so we've taken care of all of our cash envelopes. We've also taken care of our rent. We now need to take care of our electric, car, all of the rest of these things. Let me add up how much money we spent out of this $1,500 so far. $1,500 minus $600 for rent, $250 for groceries, $100 for gas, $50, $60, and $50. Oh, wait a minute. $1,500 minus $600, $250, $100, $50, $60, and $50. All right, so we have $390 remaining. Let's see. We can go ahead and pay our first two bills right here. Let's pay the first three. So the electric, car, and phone. And now we only have $10 left that we can put into one of our self-care envelopes. Let's put it into, we'll put it in self-care. So we'll say $10 for self-care. All right, then that means we need to do the remaining part of our self-care, which will be $15 self-care. We'll be paying our internet bill for $70, and then we can do the rest of our sinking funds. That should be another $300 left over, but let's add it up to make sure. We have $1,500 minus $600 minus 250, 100, 50, 60, 50, 15, and 70. 305. Because $5 more needs to go to self-care. Did I do that right? Wait, hold on. 1,500 minus 600, 250, 100, 55. That's what that is. 55, 60, 50, 15, and 70. Right. So there's 300 more, which will go towards our other sinking funds. So we have emergency, car, and birthday. And this was 150, 75, and 75. Now, I would even say for emergency, you could only put 100. So you can put some towards a savings challenge and have a little fun to challenge yourself. So I put 100 towards emergency, and then savings challenge, put another 50. So that's how you would break up your paydays to make sure everything that you plan for the month that you want to do, you get done. And if it doesn't line up with your dates, then pay what you can every pay period, chipping away, of course, at your bills first and cash envelopes because you need spending money or else you'll be using your credit card. And then lastly, putting money towards sinking funds. But that is an important step too, because if any of these emergency costs come up and you don't have money in sinking funds, you're going to resort to going back to your credit cards as well. Okay, so that's everything as far as laying out your budget. Now you get paid your first check, $1,500. We're going to do a sample cash stuffing. Out of the $1,500, you're going to leave the money in the bank to pay the rent or stash it into a side savings account so that when you get the other half, you can pay the rent on the first. Either way. Everything else though, you're going to pay the electric bill, you're going to pay your car note, and you're going to pay your phone. And all the rest of the $520, you should be able to bring out in cash from the bank and bring it with you. Now, let me explain to you how these other items are going to come in hand, and we'll do a $520 cash stuffing for the first pay period. I got this little folder for sinking funds. It has tabs that you can write on, but let's just say we had each one of these colors denoted a different sinking fund. We only have 4, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, which is red, orange, yellow, and green. And we would basically put the money inside the front of the cubby, so we'd be able to get to each individual sinking fund, and those would be our envelopes for our different categories. Is this a sticker? What is a sticker? Let's go ahead and label it. Okay, let's see. We have emergency, car, birthday, and self-care. Okay, so we'll put it on here so we'd know exactly what each one of these cubbies are. This is our emergency. I actually really like this binder. I like all the colors, but I'm like a colorful person anyway, so this is up my alley. Birthdays and self-care. All right, and we have 2 extra tabs we can use, so you can have up to 6 with this little folder, and I think this folder was about $5. So really inexpensive. That's going to be for our sinking funds, and we'll get to this in a minute, but I wanted to show you how we set it up. Next, I got some self-sealing envelopes for cash envelopes, and these are things that you can either fold and put in your wallet, or you could actually stuff the cash and carry it with you. We have groceries, gas, eating out, household, and miscellaneous, so 5 total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you have a wallet, you can put it in there. I didn't buy a wallet with a $35 budget because most people already have a wallet. I didn't buy one for Dollar Tree either. You can find a way to hold your cash envelopes or have them at home and take the cash only when needed. But we basically need to write the titles on here. So this one's going to be groceries, gas, eating out, household, and miscellaneous. And the main thing is just to separate your bills so that you know exactly what you have to spend on what categories. If you end up having extra, you can either put it towards your savings challenge. You can put it in your bank account as a buffer, so you'll have like a little bit of money in the bank in your checking account at all times, even when you get paid. So in case something comes out you weren't expecting, and that's called rollover money when you have extra left over. Or you could take your rollover and you could leave it in the folder and use it towards the next week. The last thing you can do is use it on another category. Let's say you spent all your groceries, but you still had miscellaneous money and you want to get something from the store, you can buy groceries. Or say you still had a little gas money left, you can buy extra groceries out of that. As long as you don't spend more than what's in these envelopes for the pay period, then you're on task and you're on track. And there's a quote by Zig Ziglar that says, you don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. So just start. That's all you have to do. And if you make a mistake and you end up spending over, that's you doing one step better than what you did if you didn't start your budget. Okay, you don't have to be perfect in order to get this done. And over time, you're going to get better and better at it. Okay, so these are all of our cash envelopes. And finally, for our savings challenge, I thought about this idea of having this little box and these thank you notes or these little mini notes. So the little mini notes look like this, and they're little Hallmark cards that are blank on the inside, and they come with envelopes. They had a lot of these in store, different varieties. I got 2 packs of the same. This one says, talk about amazing. This one says, hope today is a little slice of nice. And the last one, you're awesome. Do not forget it. Do not forget it. All right. So I felt like in order to do a savings challenge, I got 2 packs of these and they were $5 a pack. And in order to do a savings challenge with these, you can clearly number these little cards and put them in the envelopes. Or you can just number the cards and put it in the front of the box. And when you stuff the money, you put it in the envelope. This way, the challenge could be accommodating to whatever your budget is, right? No matter what your budget is, you have the envelopes to put the money. Those go back here. And you also have the actual cards that you can list the dollar amounts in. So for this example, I'm just going to do some random numbers between 5 and 20 in increments of 5. I don't like stuffing ones, if you didn't know. 25, 15. And I don't know what this challenge will add up to, and it's part of the fun. You just add money when you have extra. 10, 20, 5. You could number these 1 through 5. You could number them 50 through 100. It's whatever your budget will accommodate. There's only 25 cards. Or 24 cards because there's 12 per pack and I got 2 packs. You could, of course, get more packs if you want it. I'm adding a lot of 20s. I might do this challenge for real because I like to trick myself into saving money. That's the fun part about savings challenges. You just keep adding small amounts and all of a sudden at the end, you have some amount you weren't even expecting to have. It's my favorite part. I'm going to add one for 25. All right, so we have all of our cards numbered and I'm just going to drop them in the box. But first, let me shuffle. And just like that, we have us a little box to put us some savings challenge money. So let's go ahead and get started with the whole cash stuffing portion of the video. First things first, we get paid our $1,500 payday. We took out all of our bills that we already deducted, and we have $520 in cash that we'll be doing a cash stuffing with. Okay, I have our $520 from the bank. Let's go ahead and count it up, and I'm putting it into this cash tray, but before, I used to actually, let's not even have a cash tray. Let's just put it directly onto the table so you'll see how easy it can be. So there's 100, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 5, 10, 15, 20. So $520. All right, so we have our little game plan here that we need to do, and all we have to do on payday is make sure we bring the cash out before we start swiping our credit card or our debit card and immediately get to doing our cash stuffing. Let's start with cash envelopes. For groceries, we said we'd put $250. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 50. All right, so there's 1, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 50. Wait, 1, 20, I think I added too much. Wait, 1, 20, 40, 60, 82. There we go. Let's try again. 1, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 50. 250 goes into groceries. These envelopes are just about perfect for the size of a dollar bill. That's the reason why I got them. And this would go into your wallet for groceries. Next, we have gas. And for gas, we're supposed to put $100. 20, 40, 60, 81. And we're not frivolously spending our cash, right? We're using our cash strategically, knowing that we need $50 a week for gas until we get paid in 2 weeks. So we're just going to only take $50 out when it's time for us to get gas. All right, and that's gas. Next, we have eating out. And eat out, did we put anything for eat out on the first check? $50 is what we have for eat out. 20, 40, 45, 50. It's like we set ourselves up a game plan and we're literally just following the game plan so we can make sure that we stick on track. Sometimes when you swipe your debit card, you just forget what you're supposed to pay and you're outspending before you pay what it is you need. Household is supposed to get 60, 20, 40, 60. Since we have 100 envelopes, we also could change these out at any time. And miscellaneous is not getting anything. So these are our cash envelopes full of cash. And we now have our setup for the week, and we know exactly for the next 2 weeks what we can spend from. Next up, we'll put some money into our sinking fund. And the only sinking fund we have on the very first pay period is self-care. And we're supposed to put $10. So we would go here to the self-care category and put our $10 in, and that's it. Now, just like in real life, I have extra money on the table. So did I take too much out of the bank? 20, 40, 45, 50. $50 more was supposed to go, into miscellaneous. I did say miscellaneous was to get 50. That happened. But these are the types of mistakes that happen in real life. And you have to remember what it is you're supposed to do. I had $50 left over. I checked my book and there's the $50 that goes in here. And now we have all of our cash envelopes and our $10 in our sinking fund. And we're all set for our first pay period. Now, if at the end of this pay period, when it comes time for us to get paid, we still have money left over in our cash envelopes, then we can take that money out. And that's when I said you can reallocate it how you choose. Okay. And of course, if you had any bills that you need to pay, any credit card debts or anything like that, they would be listed under the bills section. Whatever your bills are, that's what you're going to account for first. And then your cash envelopes and then your sinking funds. And you can also put extra debt payments in there if you'd like. Okay. All right. So that's it for the first pay period. Let me set up and we're going to get started on the second pay period. How much cash did we need? If we had $1,500 minus, we'd pay the $600 in rent electronically and we pay the $70 for the internet, we still would have $830 that we should be able to bring to the table to do a cash stuffing with. So let me get that cash and we'll get started with that. And let's count it up. There's 1, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85, 20, 40, 60, 86, 20, 40, 60, 87, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 8, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. $830 we should have in cash on this check. And let's lay it all out and get our cash stuffing started. All right. So first and foremost, we have groceries, which again is going to get $250. 1, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 50. And what I would encourage you to is try to do a realistic budget for yourself so that you're not dipping into credit cards or your debit card. And if you find that you need more grocery money, then next month you would allot for more. So that's groceries. Next up is gas. And that should, no, wait a minute. Let's put them in order. Gas, eating out, household. Gas should get 100, 20, 40, 60, 81. Your budget is pretty much like a game plan. And I always hope for this or something better, but it can change, right? You might need more gas money 1 month or, an unexpected expense comes up and you need to take out of your emergency fund or something, So it's constantly moving. But if you set up a plan, then you at least have a North Star that you're headed towards. Eat out is getting 50. And I find when you do it in cash, you're less likely to overspend. There's something that holds you accountable when you actually have to take a bill out and spend it and know that you can physically see how much is left versus just swiping your card. Household is 60. And where I recognize cash budgeting might not be for everybody, if you're watching this video and you've made it this far, maybe you're interested, you should at least give it a try. Miscellaneous is going to get 50. That's 20, 40, 45, 50 for miscellaneous. And now all of our cash envelopes are stuffed and we should have plenty of money until our next pay period in our cash envelopes. Next, we're going to go to our sinking funds. We have something going in each and every one of them this time. So emergency is going to get 100, 20, 40, 60, 81. And I'll just put that right here in the front. Actually, I can put them all behind. That's what I should have did. So emergency is going to get 100. Car is going to get 75. 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 75 for car. These will add up quite quickly if you keep going. And that's the rewarding part, honestly. Birthdays is going to get 75. 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 75. Self-care is going to get 15. I don't have 15. Let's see what self-care has in it. Self-care had 10, so I'll take out 5 and put in a 20. And that makes 25 total for the month for self-care. And now all of our sinking funds are stuffed. We should have $50 left on the table. Why do we have 55? What did I do wrong? $5 supposed to go somewhere. Self-care was supposed to get 15. See, I even make mistakes. Self-care is supposed to get 15, not 10. All right, so now all of our sinking funds are stuffed and we have $50 left for our savings challenge. And that's where the little box comes in to make saving a little bit more fun. All right, so we got to pick a card. We might go over, but we're just going to keep going. This one, Hope Today, is a slice of nice, $20. So I will get an envelope from the back. Wait a minute. Let me fold this neatly. This got to go in this envelope. There we go. Tri-fold my bill and put it in here. And that $20 is done. I'll put it in the front. So that $20 is done. All right, we got $30 left. Let's pick another one. Talk about amazing, $15. I don't have a 15, so I'll probably just fold 20. I get the feeling I might go over and owe something. I don't know. I hope not. I can't imagine it coming out perfect, but then again, maybe it could. Let's be hopeful. This challenge, the reason why I like it too is because you can use it over and over again. We'll put that in the front, and that one is done. And lastly, we're going to pick another one. Let's hope we pick a 10, guys. Another a 20. See? Now, next time, I'm going to have to add some more money into an envelope. So I will fold it up, put it into one of my mini envelopes, and put it inside here. So that way I'll know that I owe it something next time. That's an IOU because it's inside the envelope, right? And that's my little savings challenge. So I put my $50 away. I did everything as far as my budget was concerned. I now have money towards cash envelopes. I have money in my sinking funds, which are savings for future. And I've paid all my bills on time just by setting up a layout, a budget plan, with as little as $35 from Walmart. Every dollar has a job before you spend it. And that's really what budgeting and cash budgeting specifically is about, is making sure you find a place for every dollar to go before you start spending. Start with what you have, but you can always, like I said, adjust it later. I do cash budgetings here on my channel every 2 weeks when I get my nursing pay, and then once at the end of the month with my side income. And I have budgeting books that I use in order to do it, but you don't have to have that. If you want to watch any of those videos, I'll try to link one above of my last cash stuffing, so you can watch that and see exactly how I'm doing it, how I'm budgeting, and then cash stuffing my cash envelopes, savings challenges, and sinking funds, and just trying to make cash budgeting a little bit more fun. I think that is everything for today, and I hope this helped you to get a little bit more confidence in starting your own cash budgeting journey. Take small steps, and eventually they'll add up to big leaps. It is the same with starting your budget as it is with saving money. The first step is the most important one. All right, I think that is everything for today. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, put this one single emoji right here letting me know that you made it. Don't forget to like this video and hype me up if it helped you in any way to get starting on your budgeting journey and feel more confident about managing your money. And lastly, share this video with someone if you think they could benefit from it. I think that's everything for today, and I will talk to you guys all very soon.